The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you might be. My name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for the 17th day of May, 2023. We go back to July 21st, 2001 as our 2001 Action PC Season Odyssey continues from the south side of Chicago for this one. It's the Red Sox and the White Sox. The Red Sox will go with Tomooka, and it's their 97th game of the year. They are 4 games behind the Yankees in the American League East, and the White Sox are 62-32, game 95. And their lead over Cleveland is sizable, and they will go with James Baldwin on a beautiful afternoon here in Chicago. 84 degrees, windy city indeed, blowing out to left at 15. Away from the Dan Ryan, not towards it, which would be right field. So the White Sox again overperforming to a T. The Red Sox trying to hang in there. They've done as well as they possibly could. Nomar comes back in about a week. I'm not sure how much it's going to matter, though. So it's the Red Sox and the White Sox. I'm playing the Red Sox in Chicago because I remembered to change the setting for that. So again, Tomooka and James Baldwin next. I said next, as Retro Sports Network presents 2001, an Action PC Season Odyssey. Today, from Comiskey Park in Chicago, Illinois, it is the Chicago White Sox versus the Boston Red Sox. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. And so it'll be James Baldwin on the hill to face the Red Sox. Baldwin 7-4 on the year with a 4.01 ERA. Baldwin making his last start of the season. Oh, by the way, he is done. He must have gotten hurt in this one. He is 29 years old, fastball at 88, and a ground ball pitcher. Too bad for the White Sox. His last start was July 16th, so on full rest. 7 innings and a win over the Brewers, and it's one of those you need to teach yourself that was an interleague game. 91 pitches, 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned, a home run, walking 2 and striking out 5. 101 innings overall for James. 84 hits, 47 runs, 45 earned, 18 homers. That's a lot of long balls. 35 walks and 42 strikeouts. And this will be the lineup he'll face. Jose Offerman leads off at second. Scott Hatterberg, how you doing, Bernie? Behind the plate will bat second. Trot Nixon in center. I'm not used to seeing that. He'll go third. Manny Ramirez cleans up and left. Dante Bichette, the DH, will bat fifth. Brian Daubach at first will go sixth. Steins at third will bat 7th. Troy O'Leary in right batting 8th, and Mike Lansing at short will go 9th. Tomooka should throw about 90 pitches. Leifer, as we set the White Sox defense for you, a 2 and a 3 in left. Rowan to 4 and a 3 in center. Ordonez is a 4 and a 9 in right. Jose Valentin a 7 at third. Royce Clayton an 8 at short. Ray Durham a 7 at second. Paul Konerko an 8 at first. That defense is pretty good for the White Sox in the infield. Johnson behind the plate. He's a 4 and a 5. And Baldwin a 7 on the mound with a 1,000 fielding percentage. Offerman at 299, 4 homers, and 28 RBI as we get things started on a wet, cold. It's 40 here in town, Bernie. Afternoon here in Burlington. Baldwin starts the ball game. A slow chopper to Konerko. He'll underhand it to Baldwin, and Offerman not as fast as he was, 1 out. Here's Scott Hatterberg. Scotty at 201, no homers, and 9 RBI. Bernie says it's 91 in Vegas. with a high chance of the A's being there in about a year. Pitch to Hatterberg, ground ball to Clayton, over to first, 2 out. Here's Nixon, trot at .310, 20 home runs, and 57 RBI. Baldwin kicks and fires. That's into left center. Back goes Rowan. Away back. There it is. Off the wall. So Nixon is into second standing with his 19th double of the year. And now we'll bring up the man, the myth, the legend, Manny Ramirez. Manny in his first year with Boston hitting .316. He's had 32 home runs while driving in 93. And he strikes out. He wanted a fastball, got something off speed, and that'll do it. No runs, a hit, no errors. We played half an inning. The Red Sox, nothing. Here come the White Sox. So if you want to be particular here, it's Tomokazu Oka. Tomo for short. And he's making his last start of the year. 25 years old. Fastball at 91. He is 4-3 and has overperformed, at least on an earned run average basis, 494 as opposed to 619 in real life. However, in 10 starts, he's only had one quality start, and that was April 17th against Tampa. Last time out, 5 1/3, got the win against the Expos on the 16th. 5 1/3 innings, 83 pitches, 2 hits, no runs. He walked 2 and struck out 7. So overall, 51 innings, 63 hits, 33 runs, 28 of them earned, 8 homers, 18 walks, and 43 strikeouts. The lineup he'll face: Jose Valentin leads off at third. Aaron Rowand in center will bat second. Ray Durham at second will bat third. Maglio Ordonez in right cleans up. Jose Canseco, the DH, he'll bat fifth. Leifer in left bat sixth. Canerco at first will bat seventh. Johnson behind the plate goes eighth. Clayton at short will bat ninth. James Baldwin threw 16 pitches in his half of the first. Manny Ramirez a 4 and a 2 in left. Trot Nixon the 1 in center. He's a 3 and a 7. Troy O'Leary again. O'Leary, not a great name to be visiting Chicago. He's a 4 and a 2. His mom, Mrs. O'Leary, watching from the safety of a luxury box. Her cow was not admitted. Chris Stein's a 3 at third. Mike Lansing a 3 at short. Offerman a 4 at second. Daubach a 5 at first. No one's getting those confused for any gold gloves. Scott Hattersburg is a 6, but he has a ramen noodle 1 of an arm. And Oka a 7 range and a fielding percentage of .917. Valentin overperforming. He's hitting .291, 18 homers and 51 RBI. Oka starts the ball game. A ground ball to Lansing behind the bag at second. Over to first. 1 out. For Aaron Rowand, Aaron at .292, 2 homers and 7 RBI. Bernie, the golf video will be up on YouTube about, well, it's already up, but the embargo ends about 9 o'clock tonight. Or actually closer to 9:30. Pitch to Rowand. Slow chopper to Lansing, second verse, same as the first, 2 out. Brings up Ray Durham. Ray, happy, smiley people there in that picture. 301, 14 homers, and 53 RBI. That was fun. I think Oak Hill will be a nice challenge this week. Pitch to Durham. Struck him out. Oka got him looking, and that'll do it. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the second. No score. So here's Dante Bichette hitting .306, 4 homers, and 23 RBI. Bernie, you must be salivating at the possibility of a Celtics-Lakers final. Pitch to Bichette. Swung on, ground ball to Clayton. Royce throws to first. 1 out. Brings up Dauber at 283, 16 homers, 46 RBI. It would be exciting. Nice to see LeBron have some help. But what I missed Sunday's game. My mom was here, and by the time that I checked the score, it was well over, so I didn't watch. Pitch to Daubach. There's a line drive right field. That's extra bases. Ordonez goes to fish it out of the corner. Daubach should be in the second standing. Ordonez with a throw. That's better than I thought. The throw to Clayton. Daubach has to slide, and he's in there with his 23rd double of the year. Says standing. We'll say he slid. So second hit for the Red Sox. Here's Steins, 244, 4 homers, and 18 RBI. Sunday reminded you of the Celtics of the 60s. Jason Tatum had, what, 51? That's got to be a record for a Celtic player in a Game 7. Pitch to Steins. Fly ball, shallow center field. Rowan rides the Schwinn, makes the catch. Daubach better not run. He won't. And there's 2 out for O'Leary. Troy at 240, 9 homers and 29 RBI. It's an NBA record. Not just a Celtic record, but an NBA record. Pitch to O'Leary. Troy, a ground ball to Clayton. Royce over to Konerko for the out, and that will take care of the Red Sox here in the second. No runs, a hit, no errors. Inning and a half in the books. No score. Yeah, for a Game 7. Here's Ordonez. I think for a playoff game, Jordan 63 has to be right up there. Maggie at 335, 19 homers, and 78 RBI. Struck him out. Oka got him with a changeup on an 0-2 pitch. Was slow enough that they weren't quite sure what it was going to be. That brings up Canseco, who again looks like his hot dog fell out of his hand or something like that. That's a pretty forlorn picture of Jose. At 271, 3 homers and 7 RBI. Oka deals. There's a pop-up left side. Ramirez will make the catch, and there's 2 away. For Jeff Leefer, Jeff at 275, 12 homers and 32 RBI. Woody DeBar on Friday as well for baseball. We are almost into August. Line drive right field. O'Leary will pick it up, and that's a single for Leefer. So 2 out, first hit for the White Sox. Here's Konerko. Paulie at 306, 17 homers and 74 RBI. Right back to Oka, over to Daubach, and that will retire the side. No runs, a hit, no errors. We go to the third. Tight one so far, no score. So Mike Lansing, not Pesky Pole's favorite player. 264, 4 homers, and 26 RBI. Offerman and Hatterberg to follow. Baldwin starts the third in the right center. Rowan going back, but we'll track that one down. 1 out for Offerman, who's 0 for 1. Baldwin's opening 9, 33 pitches, 2 1/3, 2 hits and a strikeout. Got him. And 0-2 fastball at 90, got him looking. So 2 out for Hatterberg, who was 0 for 1. So both, although they don't know it yet, the last starts of the year for both Baldwin and Oka. Pitch to Scott. Chopper to Clayton. Royce on the run by the bag over to first, and that will retire the side. Red Sox go in order. Bottom of the third inning coming up. No score. So Mark L. Johnson, a household name, of course, at his own house, hitting 237, a home run, and 2 RBI. Line drive drops in front of O'Leary for a single. And for the Shy Sox, it's their second hit. Here's Clayton. Royce at 267, 6 homers and 35 RBI. Struck him out. Oka got him. A 1-2 fastball in there at the knees. And 2 out for Jose Valentin, who's 0 for 1. Oka, opening 9, 32 pitches, 2 1/3, 2 hits and 3 strikeouts. Fly ball, right field. O'Leary's there. Makes the catch for the out. So here's Rowand. Aaron is 0 for 1. Ground ball to Offerman. Jose goes to first. And that will retire the side. So a pitcher's duel here after 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. It remains Red Sox nothing, White Sox nothing. Zelderon. I've been doing well. How about you? Been watching your Guardians through your fingers, covering your face. It's the old horror movie thing. Cover your face and just kind of poke through. So when the zombie comes out to get you, the call is coming from in the house. You can pretend not to look. Here's Trot. Trot doubled his first time up. High ground ball to Durham. Ray throws to first for the out. There's Manny. Manny struck out his first time up. One of the 2 by Baldwin on the afternoon. This one's going to go in the left for a base hit. Valentin couldn't get there. So through the hole for a single. 1 out for Bichette. Dante is 0 for 1. Ground ball to Durham. They might get 2 here. Clayton for 1 on the bag. Bichette's going to reach. There is no throw. And there's 2 out for Brian Daubach, who doubled. So the Red Sox have 2 doubles and nothing to show for it so far. Gets away from Johnson, and Bichette will move up 90. So that's a pass ball. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Chopper to Clayton, Royce over to Konerko, and that will finish the inning. Red Sox have left on 3 through 3.5. No runs, a hit, no errors this time around. It remains scoreless in Chicago. So here are the standings. The Phillies lead the Marlins by 2.5. Braves 5 back. Houston by 5 over the Cubs. 8 over the Cardinals. San Francisco's lead over the Rockies has been cut down to half a game. And Arizona, 2.5. The Dodgers, because we're constitutionally obligated to promote anything the Dodgers ever do, are 7 back. In the East, the Red Sox trail the Yankees by 4. In the Central, the White Sox have a 7-game lead. And that .660 record is the best in all of baseball. Seattle leads the A's by 5. Jim Thome leads the American League in hitting at .366. Manny is 32 homers. Best in the league. 93 RBI. Best in the league. And you can see the rest. So it'll be Ray Durham to lead off here in the 4th. Ray struck out his first time up. Oka deals. Ground ball foul, first base side. Daubach flips it to somebody from Joliet. And the count is a ball and 2 strikes to Ray. In the center field for a single. So Durham punches that one through. Good chance to steal. Nobody out for Ordonez, who struck out his first time up. Anybody excited about the Stanley Cup semis? Dallas, Vegas. I guess Bernie would be. And the other one being Florida and Carolina. Throw to first. Durham gains ground. Pitch out going. There goes Durham. The throw down to Offerman, and Ray is out. So 1 out and a 1-ball count to Ordonez. Zelderon's rooting for Vegas. Been a fan since they entered. So cool watching them grow. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good management. You put yourself in the first 6 years of making your second Stanley Cup final. That's pretty good. Ground ball to Daubach. Over to Oka for the out. Yeah, Bernie, you could be hosting Stanley Cup games in about 2 weeks. Here's Canseco. He's 0 for 1. Ground ball to third. Steins across the way. Canseco about 3/4 speed, and he is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors. Good pitcher duel going on. We go to the 5th, no score. So Steins, O'Leary, and Lansing. Chris is 0 for 1. Baldwin starts the 5th. Base hit left field. Goes the opposite way. You'll watch if they make the finals. They're playing Dallas. And I was told that J.R. Ewing is no longer on the team. O'Leary is 0 for 1. Troy, ground ball to Clayton, might be 2. Durham for 1. Ray pivots, throws to first. They do it. So a 6-4-3 double play. 2 out for Mike Lansing, who's 0 for 1. Popped up. Left side, Valentin and a rainmaker. And that'll do it. So halfway home on this scorchingly cold day in Burlington, Vermont. No score. So there really isn't much to recap on this one. We haven't had any runs. Tomooka, a 3-hitter through 4, struck out 3. James Baldwin, a 4-hitter through 5, and he has struck out 2. It's Bagel Cinema today here at Comiskey Park. Jeff Lee for 1 for 1. Bernie, who you got this weekend at Oak Hill? Base hit into right field. O'Leary will pick it up. 4 hits aside now for both teams. Here's Konerko. Paulie is 0 for 1. Oka from the stretch deals. And that, I have no idea what the heck I just saw. I believe it hits off Oka's leg and bounced into... Yep, that's exactly what it was. Hits Oka's leg, bounces away from Offerman into right field. And that is a painful hit. So Jimmy Williams makes his way out. Oka says he's good, and so he'll stay in the game. Here's Johnson. Mark singled his first time up. Bernie said golf is so difficult, but it is hard to bet against Rahm. I'm waiting for the Rory resurgence. Afternoon there, John. But you're right. I'll tell you what I think the target winning score should be this weekend. I think 8 under 272. Oak Hill plays to a par of 70. Pitch to Johnson. Into center field. Nixon going back. Makes the catch. Leifer retreats and will hold. 1 out for Clayton. Roy struck out his first time up. There goes Leifer. What in the world was that? And John is thrown. He's thrown out. I have no idea what they were thinking there. He had a 7% chance of stealing the base, and he is thrown out. Hatterberg says, I just made myself $100,000 with that. So 2 out and a 1-ball count to Clayton. Konerko just kind of standing there on first base going, what in the deuce was that? Pitch to Clayton. Struck him out, and the Red Sox are out of it. Wowzers, what a mistake. And as our dear friend Bugs Bunny would say, what a maroon. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. We go to the 6th, no score. So Bernie, so 8 under. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. It does play well. And the community has done over 200 courses. If you like seasons for golf, that really is the way to go. Big one-day sale. So if you're watching on YouTube, you missed it. But if you're live on Twitch, join us. I think you get your monies out of it. I forget what comes with it. The seasons, you can kind of do a fantasy tour, or you can actually do an as played. The key is, though, it's not like ASG, John. Here's Offerman. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Is that you can't quick play the course if you don't own it. So you have to own the course. Baldwin's opening 18, 57 pitches, 5 innings, 4 hits, and 2 strikeouts. Offerman to third. Valentin across the way to Konerko. 1 out. Here's Hatterberg. Scott is 0 for 2. The game is cheap enough that it's just kind of, you can afford to have both ASG and Action PC if you're so inclined. Bernie bought the only 2 courses needed to complete 21-22. Which were those, my friend? Pitch to Scott. Ground ball to Valentin. Over to first. For the out. Nixon is 1 for 2. Trot has a double. 2 out here in the 6th. Ball 4. So Nixon draws the walk. A 3-0 changeup missed. And that'll bring up Manny. You don't want that if you're a White Sox fan. 1 for 2. Manny has singled and struck out. Popped up. Left side. Rowan in this left center. Makes the catch, and that'll do it. So no runs, no hits, no errors. The Red Sox have left on 4. We go to the bottom of the 6th here at Comiskey on a warm 86-degree afternoon. The wind blowing off the Dan Ryan at 16. No score. So Valentin, Rowan, and Durham. Oka, 18 batters deep, 5 innings, 69 pitches, 5 hits, and 4 strikeouts. Old Scotland and Muirfield, okay? So Old Scotland obviously is St. Andrews, home of the 150th Open. What did they play at Muirfield? Or Muirfield Village? Pitch to Valentin. Struck him out. That's 5 for Oka. An 0-2 fastball. So here's Rowan. Aaron is 0 for 2. Struck him out. So a good morning and a good afternoon. A 1-2 fastball on the outside half. And now we'll bring up Durham. So Oka has fanned 6. Remember, both Baldwin and Oka making their last starts of the year. Durham 1 for 2. Sometime this summer. I know that the Open is at Royal Liverpool this year. Durham. Slow ground ball to Lansing. Mike is going to have to hurry here, and Durham is out on the bang-banger. So a good inning for Oka. Again, no runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 7th. You know what? It's not even 12:30 yet. After 6, no score. So here's Bichette. Dante is 0 for 2 on this Saturday afternoon, the 21st day of July. 2001. Bichette laces this one into left for a single. Leifer, who got... Why in the world was he trying to steal third? Anyway, so Bichette's on. 5 hits aside for both teams. Red Sox have left on 4. White Sox have left on 3. Dahlbach 1 for 2. Bryan has doubled. Bichette not going anywhere. Baldwin deals. Ground ball to Konerko. They might get 2. They get Bichette at second. Clayton will throw, but Dahlbach will beat it out. And so it's a 3-6 fielder's choice. 1 out for Steins. And Chris is 1 for 2 with a single. Might be 2 here. Clayton in the hole. Durham for 1. Ray throws to first, and they will turn it. So if you like pitchers' duels, this one's got your name all over it. Stretch time, no score. Whoever resubbed during the stream, thank you so much. It's not telling me who it is, but thank you. Ordonez is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Oka, in his 11 starts, it's only his second quality start. Ordonez right back to Oka, 1 out. A frozen rope on a 3-1 fastball, and Oka doing his best Tim Thomas impression. Made the save. Here's Canseco. Jose is 0 for 2. Again. He looks like a lost puppy there. And they're going to pinch hit for him. All have times have changed. Carlos Lee is at the plate. Remember, it's technically a pinch hit appearance if you hit for the DH. So Carlos at 266, 16 homers, and 53 RBI. Chops this one foul, third base side. Somebody from Chicago made that play. Count as a ball and 2 strikes. Oka deals. Ground ball to third. Steins has to gobble it up over to Dauber. And that will retire the side. Or actually, there's just 2 out. Pay attention, Ron. Here's Jeff Leifer. Leifer has singled twice. He's 2 for 2. But for some ungodly reason, he took off for third base on his own. And Scott Hatterberg threw him out. John says, last night you dropped out because you're in the middle of doing some research for a replay as you listen as your wife called. She's out of town for a couple days. What I was researching is trying to find why Dwayne Kuiper didn't play non-even defense after September 25th, 1977. Couldn't find anything. Probably because the Indians were out of it and the season was over. So from the 26th on, you've been playing pennant race games. You said the Reds outdid the Dodgers. That Eastern race should be interesting in the American League. Pitch to Leifer. Struck him out. So Oka is through 7. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 8th, no score. So here is O'Leary. It'll be O'Leary, Lansing, and Offerman. Troy is 0 for 2. He's grounded into a double play. Right center field. That's going to drop for a double. Going to go all the way to the wall, and O'Leary has his 15th extra base or second base hit of the day. Let's try that one again. O'Leary has his 15th double of the year. There we go. Phillies clinched on game 159 on a pinch hit homer by Bob Boone in the bottom of the 14th versus Montreal. I'm assuming Pittsburgh was their primary competition. Pitch to Lansing. Struck him out. Baldwin got him on an 0-2 curve looking. So 1 out for Offerman. 27 batters deep for James. 96 pitches. Oh, the Cubs, that's right. They were the darling teams. 7 1/3 for James. 6 hits, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. So you'll get the Phils and the Reds in the NL. Now what about the AL? Offerman 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Popped up. Right center field. That ball's drifting back. Rowan there. Makes the catch. O'Leary. Not with 2 out. Brings up Hatteberger's 0 for 3. Line drive right field, and that'll hook foul. Cubs, Expos, and Pine. Oh, wow! The Expos finished all within 5 of Philly. Montreal's a couple years away. Ready for this? Always, John. Always. The 0-2 to Hatteberg. Struck him out. Baldwin's through 8. How about that? No runs, a hit, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 8th in a scoreless tie. So Oka's day is done. They're going to go with El Guapo. They would go with Wakefield, but he'll pitch tomorrow. Rich Garces, 37th appearance, 1-0, a 4.50 ERA. I'm trying not to look at the screen. Let me get up my stats here. 30 years old, curveball at 89, and a fly ball pitcher. Garces last pitched 2 days ago against the Jays, went 1/3 of an inning in a 3-2 loss, 8 pitches and a strikeout. Overall, 42 innings, 34 hits, 22 runs, 21 earned, just the 1 homer, 17 walks, 32 strikeouts. The Tigers were in first or second all season, neck and neck with Boston and the Yankees. Okay. You doing as played, or did Fidrich get the chance to pitch? The Tigers and Yankees started to fade down the stretch. 78 Tigers would not be too much of a stretch, by the way. Here's Konerko. Paul is 1 for 2 with a single. Garces starts the 8th. Line drive. Fair ball. Left field. A late call. Steins didn't get it. Konerko had gone in for 2, and he has his 33rd double of the year. And so with nobody out here in the 8th, the go-ahead run is on for Mark Johnson, who's 1 for 2 with a single. The Red Sox, of course, go 3-7 in their last 10. That team couldn't pitch their way out of anything. And the Yankees win their last 3. So what do we get? The one-gamer? You're going to tell me we got a one-game playoff, aren't you? Finish a half game out because game 162 was rained out in Boston. Oh, you're not going to make it up, huh? Pitch to Johnson. Right back to Garces. Konerko holds. Offerman is there. Konerko goes to third. So now... Oh, you make it up between Baltimore and Boston on Monday. Nice! So now you got to play the infield in. Or do you walk Clayton for Valentine? Nope. I think you got to play the infield in. So they're playing in for Clayton. Garces. Clayton has struck out twice. So if the Red Sox beat the Orioles in John's replay, the Red Sox go to the ALCS. And if not, you get the infamous one-game Tuesday playoff. Pitch to Clayton. Fly ball left field. That's in the corner. That ball is long caught by Ramirez. Konerko was going to score without a throw. It was hit very deep. And the White Sox go up 1-0 here on a sac fly in the 8th inning. How very 1890s of everybody. Wynn now is shifted out to right center, so blowing out towards the Dan Ryan at 16. Oh yeah, you got to go with Tiant over Bill Lee. Tiant versus Palmer. 88 degrees now. Who won the West for you? Valentine is 0 for 3 with the strikeout. Garces deals. Line drive to Lansing, and that will do it. So they're going to leave Baldwin in. Oh, it's a waiting for you. Okay, when you get home. So 1 run, by the way, on a hit and on a sac fly, the White Sox lead 1-0. Texas, underrated team from that era. So Nixon, Ramirez, and Bichette for the Red Sox. They need 1 to tie and 2 to go ahead. But Baldwin, looking in his last start of the year, to go out with a bang and a shutout. The Royals finished 4th behind Minnesota and Chicago. Again, not a huge surprise. Pitch to Nixon, struck him out. That's 5 for Baldwin. So 1-2 fastball, swung on and missed, and 1 out for Manny, who has singled and struck out. He's 1 for 3. We really are going to be done about 15 minutes early today. Fly ball, left field. Back goes Leifer, and this game is tied. Oh, did Manny ever crush that? So we got small ball in the 8th, and Keith Folk comes in 1 batter too late. As Manny Ramirez has hit his 33rd of the year, long gone, onto the concourse in left field. So before we tell you about Folk, here's the Manny home run again. Goodness gracious, Buffy St. Marie. He nearly hit that off the Chicago Tribune sign in left field. And so as the organist plays the Johnny Mathis and Denise Williams classic, Too Much, Too Little, Too Late, Keith Folk comes in for his 40th appearance. He is 1-0, 25 saves, although it's no longer a save appearance, and he has an earned run average of 166. He last pitched on the 18th, a 3-out save against the Indians in a 4-2 win, 9 pitches and a strikeout. So overall, 38 innings, 23 hits, 7 runs, 5 home runs. All the runs are earned. He's walked 6 while striking out 42. So Bichette now the go-ahead run following the Manny homer. Dante 1 for 3 with a single. Ground ball right side, base hit. So the go-ahead run is on as Ordonez throws it back in for Brian Daubach. Dauber has doubled. He's 1 for 3. 8 hit for the Red Sox. The White Sox have 6. It'll be Rowand, Durham, and Ordonez for Chicago in the bottom of the 9th. Folk deals. And Daubach draws the walk. So lots of murmuring now around Comiskey as Derek Lowe starts to warm. Chris Steins is 1 for 3. Chris is singled and grounded into a double play. The White Sox could use one right now. They might get it. Clayton over to only play is to first, and Steins is out on a bang-banger. They weren't going to get Daubach. So second and third for Troy O'Leary. Bernie's getting all excited now. Troy has doubled. He's 1 for 3. Folk trying to slam the door and send this to the bottom of the 9th, tied at 1. Ground ball foul. First base side. And some kid from Belvedere made the play. The count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. O'Leary right back to Folk. Over to Konerko, and we go to the bottom of the 9th. Well, the Red Sox get the tying run in on the solo homer from Manny Ramirez. So after 8.5, it's Boston 1, Chicago 1. So Guapo will face Rowand. Struck him out. An 0-2 fastball swung on and missed. Garces wants to face Durham, who's 1 for 3 with a strikeout. Rich has retired 4 batters and allowed a hit. Durham laces this one down in the corner. He's got 2. He's going for 3. O'Leary's throw is not in time, and the White Sox have the winning run 90 feet away. And for Ray Durham, that's his 13th triple of the year. So in comes Derek Lowe. He's going to walk Ordonez in a second, making his 43rd appearance. He's 8-4, 18 saves, a 4.48 ERA. He has blown 10 saves. What were the Red Sox thinking? 28 years old, fastball at 93. And a ground ball plus pitcher. He pitched last night, 11 pitches in a 9-5 win, 2/3 of an inning, a hit and a strikeout. So overall, 66 1/3 innings, 73 hits, 36 runs, 33 earned, 5 homers. He's going to make his 27th walk here in a moment, while striking out 66. So Ordonez takes 4 wide ones and will leave it to Carlos Lee. Carlos is 0 for 1. Bernie holding his breath. Chris Singleton's going to pinch hit. Interesting call. And maybe the right one, as now the batting average goes to 336. No, this isn't the Nomar return game. Probably not going to do that one because it's a Sunday game. And it wouldn't be on the regularly scheduled pattern already in progress. So here's Singleton, 318, 4 homers, and 27 RBI. This Red Sox team is about as much fun to play as doing homework. You have Rod Beck on the roster, and you use Derek Lowe as a closer. Oy vey. Pitch to Singleton, who can bunt. There goes Ordonez. The Red Sox say that's fine. Maggie steals the bag, his 18th. Singleton draws the intentional walk. So now there's a force at every base for Jeff Leefer, who is 2 for 3. He has singled twice and struck out. So Durham on third. Everyone else has the Adirondack chair pulled up. Yes, all this pain will be worth it in 3 years. But there is an entire forest that you can't see through the trees right now. My goodness. Pitch to Leefer. Struck him out. And 0-2 changeup got him looking. And so now all that stands between us and extra innings is Paul Konerko. And Paulie is 2 for 3, a single, a double, and a run scored. And a reminder that the bottom of the 9th inning is brought to you by the Package Store Association of Massachusetts. If you haven't visited us yet watching the Red Sox, you will be soon. Visit your local package store today and tell them Groucho sent you. Pitch to Konerko, line drive to Steins, and we've got extras. Somehow, some way, we got ourselves some free baseball. No runs, 1 hit, and no errors. We go to the 10th in a 1-1 tie. Wow. So it'll be Lansing, who doesn't like this talk of Nomar coming back up. He is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Offerman and Hatterberg to follow. Folk came in 1 batter too late in the 9th because it was a Manny Ramirez solo homer that tied this game at 1. Popped up, left side, Clayton. That's a rainmaker. 1 out. And Gary Glover will come in to pitch. Gary, 4-2, an earned run average of 426, making his 22nd appearance. Gary's 24, fastball at 89, and a fly ball pitcher. Pesky Pole, you joined us late. It was James Baldwin and Tomo Oka's last starts of the year, and they both pitched to Jim. Glover pitched last night, 2 1/3 innings in the Red Sox 9-5 win. 45 pitches, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned. The winning runs, if you will, because he takes the loss, a walk and a strikeout. So overall, 44 1/3, 40 hits, 21 runs, all earned, 8 homers, 8 walks, and 23 strikeouts. So here's Offerman. Jose is 0 for 4. He has struck out, 1 out, 10th inning. Johnson, Clayton, and Valentine for the White Sox in the 10th. Jose pops it up. Johnson doffs the mask to the screen and makes the catch. Wow. 2 out for Hatteberg, who is 0 for 4. Scott dribbles one to Clayton in front of the bag, almost on the grass, and Hatteberg beats it out. So the go-ahead run is on, 2 out for Nixon. Trott has walked, struck out, and doubled. He's 1 for 3. Got him. He swung on and missed, and that's the side. So the Red Sox get a hit, 1 run, 9 hits, no errors. They've left on 8. We go to the bottom of the 10th here at Comiskey Park on a warm day here on the south side, 1-1. So Mark Johnson, Royce Clayton, and Jose Valentine. The time machine set back to 1950. Vern Stevens just homered to put the Red Sox ahead of the Tigers 6-0 in the 8th at Briggs Stadium. Red Sox and Tigers, your game of the week, Bernie? On your channel. Pitch to Johnson. Ground ball to Offerman. Jose over to Daubart. 1 out. The game said, no, you'll get your hour in, Ron. Don't worry about it. Here's Clayton. Royce is 0 for 2. He has struck out twice and driven in a run. That's tomorrow's game of the week. Will be the Red Sox and the Tigers, not from Tiger Stadium in 1950, but Briggs. 1:30 Eastern, 10:30 Pacific, on Bernie's channel. Clayton strikes out, so an 0-2 fastball. The only good thing about Lowe is he can throw a ton. So here's Valentine. Jose is 0 for 4 with the strikeout. Low deals. Got him! So the side goes in order in the 10th. We go to the 11th in a 1-1 ballgame. So the reason why we're still here is at the plate. Manny Ramirez, a solo home run in the top of the 9th, his 33rd. He put it back on the concourse in left field. He strikes out. A 1-2 breaking ball, swung on and missed. So 1 out for Bichette. Dante is 2 for 4, single twice. Slow ground ball to Clayton. Has to hurry. Bichette is out on a bang-banger. So 2 out for Daubart. Dauber is 1 for 3. He has doubled and walked. Oh, by the way, my football team drafted today. I'll do a video on that tomorrow. I've already done one earlier. I have the most unusual starting wide receiver you could ever have. I'll let you guys guess. He's an old school player and an absolute legend, but not for being a wide receiver. That's the hint I'll give you. Pitch to Dahlbach. Ground ball to Konerko. Yeah, that's what I get for saying out loud I thought this game was going to be short. Dahlbach's out, and we go to the bottom of the 11th, 1-1. The announcer's jinx, Sean, is real. Rowan, Durham, and Ordonez. Aaron is 0 for 4. He has struck out twice. And so Lowe now going to go into a second full inning of work here as we start the 11th. Aaron hits a ground ball to Offerman in front of the bag, over to Dahlbach, 1 out. So here's Ray Durham. Ray has tripled. He's 2 for 4. Ray now has 13 on the year. And then the Red Sox eventually intentionally walked the bases loaded in Chicago in a 1-1 tie, could not score. So it worked. Durham pops it up. Left side, Lansing judges the sun and the wind. 2 out. Or Ordonez. Maggie Ordonez is 0 for 3. He could win this game. A stolen base, a walk, and a strikeout. I'll give you another hint for that Strat wide receiver. It's a card set that in real life they would never, ever, ever, ever make. Pitch to Ordonez. Ground ball to Dahlbach. And that'll do it. We go to the 12th. Announcer speaks in tongues. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 11, 1-1. So Steins, O'Leary, and Lansing, who has a few words for somebody in South Carolina. Here's Steins. Chris is 1 for 4. He has singled and grounded into a double play. Glover starts the 12th. Line drive right field. Ordonez is there. 1 out for O'Leary. Troy 1 for 4. A double, and is grounded into a double play. Glover's pitch. Right to Durham. Deep in the hole. Throws to first. 2 out. Good play by Durham. Makes the throw from the grass. 2 out for Lansing. Again, Lansing trying to make a case that he should be the shortstop the rest of the way. 0 for 4, make it 0 for 5. Second verse, same as the first. So the Red Sox go in order in the 12th. No runs, no hits, no errors. Yep, we're going to get that full hour in after all. After 11 and a half, 1-1. So Lowe gives me the fatigue warning. It'll be Singleton, who was intentionally walked his first time up to start the frame. Chopper to Lansing. Mike deep in the hole, over to first for the out. So here is Jeff Leefer. Leefer has struck out twice, singled twice, 2 for 4, and for some ungodly reason was thrown out trying to steal third. Popped up. The left side, Lansing will make the catch. 2 out for Konerko. Paul has a single and a double with a run scored. Bernie says Pesky homered in the real 1951s. He just homered in the sim. Ha ha! There you go. Nothing more fun than playing 1950 while watching 2001. The beauty of our hobby. Absolutely. Konerko, strike him out. So we move on to the 13th inning. Who was it that asked what the longest game I ever had was? No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 13th, 1-1. So Gary Glover on for his 3rd inning. 6th time through the lineup now for the Red Sox. And Offerman is 0 for 5. And he draws a walk. So the go-ahead run is on for Hatteberg, who can't bunt. He can hit and run. He is 1 for 5. He has singled and struck out. We will hit and run. Hatteberg doesn't swing. The throw down to Offerman. who steals the base, his 5th of the year. So it was a stolen base. Johnson's throw to Clayton was late, and Jose has his 5th steal. So the go-ahead run on second, a ball and a strike count to Hatterberg. Nixon and Ramirez to follow. Pitch to Scott. Ground ball, right side, base hit. Offerman rounds third. Ordonez with a cannon out there. And they aren't going to chance it. So first and third for Nixon, who has a double, a walk, 2 strikeouts, 1 for 4. And with nobody out, you got to play the infield in. Johnson reminds Glover of that. Glover nods and fires. And that's a long shot, center field. Good night. Stretch. Stretch. You can put it on the board. Yes. And it's now 4-1 Red Sox. Trot Nixon the one. He put it on the batter's eye. I think we just woke up some folks. A perfect day, Bernie says. Nixon the one. Oh, did he spank that one? And so the Red Sox now have a 3-run cushion. Here's Manny. Manny is 2 for 5. His solo home run in the 9th tied the ball game at 1. He's also struck out twice and singled. Strikes out again, and that'll do it for Glover. Matt Ginter coming in. So Dante Bichette digging in. Ginter making his 9th appearance. He's 3-0 and earned an average of 257 as we cross over into 1 o'clock. Matt is 23 years old. His brother Alan makes baseball cards. Slider and fastball at 88 and a ground ball plus pitcher. Last pitched against the Brewers on the 17th, so 4 days rest. 7-4 win, 2 innings, no decision, 35 pitches. 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned a home run and 2 strikeouts. Overall, 14 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, all earned. That home run against the Brewers, he has walked 3 while striking out 11. So Bichette 2 for 5, 2 singles, and 1 out. Base is empty. Dante grounds it foul, first base side, and the count is 0-2. Johnson, maybe Clayton, and Valentine for the Shy Sox in the bottom of the 13th inning. Base hit left field. Leifer's going to have to play it off a few hops. Valentine should have had it. Bichette is in the second standing, and the Red Sox continue to cook. Brings up Daubach. Brian 1 for 4. Got himself a double and a walk back in 1950. In Detroit, the Red Sox win 7-3. Fly ball, left center field. Rowan moving over, makes the catch. Bernie's daily show, by the way. Bichette is not going to run. Just got a shout out from someone on the web besides me. And so Bernie summarizes all of his activities. And that got a pickup. Good for you. Here's Steins. Chris is 1 for 5. He is singled and grounded into a double play. To Clayton, Royce over to first, and that will retire the side. Well. A 3-run homer by Trot Nixon to the deepest part of center field here at New Comiskey. That wind is now blowing out there at 16. So the White Sox 3 outs. They need 3 to tie, 4 to win. Derek Lowe trying to finish this one off. Mark Johnson 1 for 3. The catcher has a single. Lowe starts the inning. A ground ball to Offerman over to Daubach. 1 out. Here's Royce Clayton. Royce is 0 for 3. with an RBI and 3 strikeouts. Lowe now has pitched 4 innings. That's not allowed a hit. 2 walks intentional, and he has struck out 4. And the man, the myth, the legend, Herbert Perry's going to pinch hit. Perry is a pinch hitter hitting .222. Melting hearts as he goes. Hitting .254 on the replay, 7 homers and 29 RBI. Struck him out. Another one for Lowe. 2-2 fastball right down Broadway, and last chance saloon is Jose Valentin. Jose is 0 for 5. He has 2 strikeouts. Lowe deals. Ground ball to Offerman, and the Red Sox are going to win this by the score of 4-1. So a solo home run from Manny Ramirez tied the ball game in the 9th, and then a 3-run homer by Trot Nixon that hit the batting eye in center field ends up being the game winner. So in 4 hours and 28 fake minutes, the Red Sox, 4 runs, 12 hits, no errors. They go to 55 and 42. They leave on 9. Chicago, 1 run, 7 hits, and no errors, and they left on 6. You're welcome, Bernie. Dave shows up at the buzzer. Trot Nixon is going to be our digital dice player of the game. That ball was hammered. And the Red Sox get Nomar back next week. The rest of this day in baseball on a Saturday. Nixon, by the way, that was his 21st of the year. Cleveland beats the Tigers 5-3. Nagy 1-3. Pettyjohn 0-1. Wangan 3 for 4, his 25th of the year. And drives in 2. Got a bunch of highlights to go through here. Whole columns worth. Tampa beats Texas 9-2. Roop 6-4. Oliver 3-7. Ricky Leday 2 for 3, his first of the year. Yeah, we got a live show coming up for you Friday. New York beats the Blue Jays 8-3. Whittisek goes to 2-0. Roy Halladay 3-1. Jose Cruz Jr. 1 for 4, 16th of the year, and drives in 2. San Francisco behind Marvin Bernard 4 for 5, 3 RBI and a double. Beats Arizona 8-0. Kurt Schilling falls to 12-4. Jensen 1-2. A huge win for San Francisco. Mets beat the Phils 4-3. Steve Trashel goes to 5-5. Randy Wolf 8-5. Joe McEwing 2 for 3, his 5th of the year. My hesitation again trying to catch all these highlights as they come up. Brad Penny, a 3-hitter through 7 innings and walking 2. Florida beats the Reds 6-4. Although Penny didn't get the win, Ruffin did. Danny Graves takes the loss. He's 2-6. Kevin Millar, Cowboys up 3 for 3. His 10th of the year and drives in 2. Atlanta over the Expos 8-1. Jason Marquis 7-2. Munoz falls to 1-4. B.J. Surhoff is 8th of the year. 2 for 5 and 4 RBI. Baltimore 3-2 over Anaheim. Buddy Groom gets his 2nd win of the year. He's 2-6. Levine or Levine 4-8. Troy Glaus 23rd of the year. 1 for 4. He drives in 2. Bud Smith throws a 3-hit shutout. Walks 2, strikes out 6. They beat the Pirates 1-0. He goes to 2-0. Omar Oliveras 3-7. Fernando Vina 2 for 4 with 2 doubles. Houston beats the Cubs 5-4. Wagner goes to 4-0. Facera falls to 2-7. Alou 2 for 4, 17th of the year, and has a double. Seattle 17-5. The good over Minnesota. The good news is Corey Kosky has a 15-game hitting streak. The bad news is Seattle put 17 on him. Franklin goes to 3-2. Johnson 0-2. Brett Boone 3 for 5. He's 22nd of the year and drives in 2. Kansas City and Oakland pound out a combined 34 hits. 18 for the Royals, 16 for the A's. Kansas City wins 13-4. Stein 6-3. Heredia 5-4. Ibanez 3 for 5, his 7th of the year, and drives in 4. L.A. beats the Rockies 8-7. Colorado 16 hits in the loss. 10-inning win. Shaw 4-5. Estrada 0-1. Mark Grudzielanek, 3 for 5, his 9th of the year in drives and 2. Last but not least, the Padres beat the Brewers 10-8. Tolberg 3 and 3, Suzuki 0 and 1, Rafael Belliard 2 for 4, a triple and a double. I think I got all the highlights in. Tomorrow on this channel, it'll be the Rockies and the Giants. Jensen and Bohannon, noon Eastern time for that. And then on Friday, we will have the Giants and the Diamondbacks from Arizona. So that NL race is pretty tight, and we'll feature it for you the rest of the week. Until then, I'm Ron Tuckett. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you at noon tomorrow for some more baseball. So long, everybody.